play round. Let me hit you right back. Hot right now, the feds got my phone.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Cameras up
Can you
right
hear me
there,
now? Can you hear me now?
Play round. Let me hit you right back. Hot right now, the feds got my phone down.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Due to the situation, politicking codes, let the hoes move the loads and watch y'all rolls. Man, that jokes and shit old and you real.
Call them internet leaders or internet activists. Look it up. They're starting to pay attention to who those people are. The same way they would step into those people and making them be informants when they were going to your Al Sharptons to make him be an informant. The same way they're doing it now with these people who claim to be woke. Please don't think that the government doesn't know that there's a woke community. Please don't think that you've done anything under their nose. They know who every leader is. They know who every rising leader is. And if you aspire to be one, they hear it in your rhetoric. They hear the things that you say, like myself. They know who I am. They'll know anybody when they speak. The thing is, though, that they're only looking for or trying to stop or hinder the ones who are not speaking the rhetoric of everybody else. Anytime you can point out and say, there goes the woke community, if you can predict what somebody's going to say just because they're coming up under a certain type of class or ideology, that means that that's not a threat. That's something that you can group into something to be a target. But when you're dealing with someone or some people who can morph into any given situation, you could be a Muslim, you could be a Christian, you could be in any room, have any conversation with anybody about anything, then they know that you're a voice of the sound of many waters.
You ever heard a knock at your door and there was nobody there? Has an object ever fallen over in your house without anyone touching it? Ever been in your room and it almost literally feels like someone is standing right by you? You may have attributed all of these occurrences to tricks of the mind, or ghosts, or spirits. But what if I told you government agencies and other organizations and races of beings have technologies that are so advanced someone can be standing inside your house and be completely invisible? Invisibility technology has been utilized by the government since the 1940s, where quantum stealth experiments like the Philadelphia experiment, where they cloaked an entire warship, proved to be successful. This knowledge was used to activate an entirely new level of mass surveillance, allowing for organizations like the FBI and the CIA to literally spy on people. Halfway. Everything we see is the result of light moving around in the universe. We don't actually see anything. Information in the form of photons and electromagnetism called light enters into our eyes and sends messages of what's to be observed. All the scientists had to do was figure out how to bend that information around the object or person, which is a form of refraction, making it impossible for the observer to see what's behind or within the cloak.
Everyone's DNA, they use less than a third of the DNA. Did you know that there are immortal genes? Did you know that you have immortal DNAs? Did you know that you have the DNA to grow any part of your body, to change it any way you want to? Did you know you have the DNA of humanity? Did you know that you can turn a predisposition of genetics of blindness into a predisposition of sight? Did you know that you can tap your DNA to not only make you immortal, but reverse your aging? Do your genes have that? Yes, they do. It's what gene fingerprinting is all about in its infantile stages. But it's embarrassing when we really know it. Because the great question is, well, if I have an immortal gene, how come I'm not immortal? You know why? Because you focus only on your emotional means to an end. So your DNA holds what is replicant in you to an experience. You have never gone outside of yourself to create the experience of yourself.
The body does not know the difference between what's real and what's not. If you can get into meditation and teach your body to believe and feel as if all your desires and dreams have already come true, the universe will work its magic to bring it into this 3D reality for you. You must be able to feel it and have gratitude for it now before it comes. That is the secret to trust in the universe so deeply that you are not afraid.
Oh, they got the cameras up right there now.
The origin of the Christ is number one, you have a soul. Your soul is inside of your body. And for all intents and purposes, it is asleep. It is at a dead level and it's dormant. When the soul rises to its complete potential and sets up its dominancy into the illuminating process of what a soul is supposed to be, that number is called Christos, Christ, Christ. So we're talking about an attainment coming from the alchemical process of something fermenting or transforming into something of another level. And they have taken that and made it into a historical person. So you will take an attainment or a process in which the soul does. Is it not written in your law that ye are gods and the scriptures cannot be broken? John chapter 10, verse 34-36. And you have taken that particular principle, and someone has stepped in and historicalized it by taking a historical figure or a human story of a person and taking the attributes of what Christ does, which is in every person, and has made it exclusively one man and got you worshiping the person. When the Kundalini energy rises, the blood and the heart, which is the heart behind the heart. There's two hearts. You have a physical heart that pumps blood, but you have a heart chakra, which is the spiritual heart, which is actually regulates the heart. It pumps the blood. So what happens here is that the regular heart pumps this particular blood because it is dealing with the vibrations on the earth plane. But as you rise in consciousness, the other heart begins to eclipse the old heart, and it pumps blood faster in a metaphysical rate to line up the substances, the alchemical components in your body. And those alchemical components in your body that is lining up, your blood system has to go, and that's what makes you into a superhuman or a superman. So the government knows this, and they say, no, we got to stop these people because their DNA is changing. And your DNA is changing, and you are having certain amino acids and certain cells and genes and DNA and all types of things that's happening in your body based on your heart dispensing the nutrients to the parts of the body based on your consciousness. So the more consciousness you have, the more your heart pumps at a faster rate. See what I'm saying?
It is time for divine intervention.